Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Lutheran Sports Association State Championship 2014. Here in Arlington Heights, Illinois at St. Peter Arlington Heights. The location for all of the championship games this afternoon, the 5th and 6th place game, which we'll bring to you shortly, along with the 3rd place game a little later, and the main event tonight, the championship game. Sam Krul alongside Roger Krul, a state runner-up, a state 3rd place coach. Roger, how you doing today?
I am great today. There's very few places I'd rather be than in a gym with young Christian students playing in a state tournament game. This is outstanding. If you've never been to one, I'd say make a date next year or get here as soon as you can to watch the rest of this today.
Well, speaking of young Christian athletes, let's meet the teams that are going to be playing in our 5th and 6th place game today. It's going to be the Country Club Hills St. John Vikings, the 5th seed as the home team, and the away team on the scoreboard is going to be the Rockford Lutheran Junior High Crusaders at 10 seed, so definitely a surprise to be here in the 5th and 6th place game.
It's that time of year. You've got to play. All the talking is done with. You've got to put up or shut up at these games. So 10th seed can get into these kinds of games, but they got to play what some coaches call perfect. So let's get this thing rolling.
Let's talk a little bit about how both teams got here. First with the visitors, Rockford Lutheran. In the first round, they beat St. John Lombard 47-38. The second round, lost to Christ Peoria 44-33, a team that's playing at our championship. And we're going to go to the announcements of both the teams real quick.
I pray that everyone is fully rested and ready to coach, play, and cheer these athletes. Before we begin, I would like to remind everyone of our sportsmanship statement. We ask that all participants and spectators conduct themselves in a God-pleasing manner before, during, and after this basketball game. The LSA Sportsmanship Award will be presented today to the school whose behavior of its players, coaches, and fans best demonstrate Christian sportsmanship. Good luck to both of our schools. And now, it is my privilege to introduce the visitors on the scoreboard, the Crusaders from Rockford Lutheran Junior High School. Their players, number 1, Mason Robbins. Number 3, Joseph Vaughn. Number 10, Peter Holm. Number 13, Gabe Simmons. Number 21, Donovan Williams. Number 22, Jalen Griffin. Number 32, Octavio Maglionis. Number 33, Wyatt Kuby. Number 42, Joshua Pearson. And the starting lineup for the Crusaders, number 15, Brett Wilmy. Number 24, Noah Wheaton. Number 25, Lake Deppie. Number 45, Joshua Cornatz. And number 50, Bryson Williams. The Crusaders are coached by Mr. Brian Kuby, assisted by Joe Kellen and Mr. Thomas Copeland, statistician Ryan Dolan. And now for the home team on the scoreboard, the Vikings from St. John's Country Club Hills. Their players, number 0, Sterling Wheeler. Number 13, Ray Gill. Number 23, Donovan Anderson. Number 42, Sharif King. Number 51, Arthur Willis. And the starting lineup for the Vikings, number 3, Brian Davis. Number 21, Matthew Brown. Number 24, Jack Ellison. Number 40, Lee Moore. And number 41, Cyrus Patterson. The Vikings are coached by Mr. Kevin Davis and assisted by Mr. Anthony Cameron and Mr. Raymond Anderson. If you would, please join me in a word of prayer before we begin. Heavenly Father, we thank you for these two schools, for the chance to study, to understand better the world around us, for the health to be here, for the thrill of a sporting contest, for individuals learning to play as a team. Our Father, we thank you. Grant that we not take days like this for granted. Give now each team the grace to play their best, to be a good sport, and to realize that win or lose, we will come away winners in you. In your name we pray. Amen.
All right, thank you for the introductions. Real quick, just to recap the starters. First for the away team, the Rockford Crusaders. It'll be number 15, Brett Wilmy. 24, Noah Wheaton. Number 25, Lake Deppy. Number 45, Joshua Corrence. And number 50, Bryson Williams. And for the home team, the Vikings of St. John, it's going to be 3, Brian Davis. 21, Matthew Brown. 24, Jack Ellison. Number 40, Lee Moore. And number 41, Cyrus Patterson.
Looks like size is pretty even today. So this should be a very interesting ball game.
Absolutely. As we did see, Country Club Hills does have a little bit of a size advantage coming off the bench with their 6'6" player, Sharif King. Look for him to come off the bench and really disrupt some stuff underneath as the tip goes to Rockford. There's a nice block off the backboard and a save. And here come the Vikings. 2-on-1. Left-hand layup is up and no good. Rebound fought for, tapped around, picked back up off the glass, no good. For number 41, Cyrus Patterson, ball tapped around, finally corralled by Lake Deppy.
Good speed from both teams.
And the 3 ball from the corner wouldn't have counted if it had gone, as Brett Willoughby traveled in the corner. So with Country Club Hills getting ready to take the basketball, talk about one player, Jack Ellison. 53 points already in the tournament. As high was 22.
Wow.
And it looks like he's handling the ball. Up top, he'll go to the wing. Now back to Ellison. Right in front of the Rockford bench. He'll take
that's a deep one.
Deep 3 off front iron, no good. Rebound fought for, and we're going to have a push. Foul was on number 40 for the Crusaders. Actually, it should have been, number 40 for the Vikings. That was Lee Moore who pushed in the back. Here's Wheaton with a runner in the lane, front iron, no good. Got his own rebound, now back out to Williamson. Ball tapped around, Williamson corrals the loose ball. Pulls up his dribble, kicks it to the corner. 3 ball short. Another Rockford offensive board, up and good.
That's going to be big today.
Joshua Corrence with the rebound putback. And both of these teams are looking to work pretty quick this afternoon, or this morning.
They are. They're pulling the trigger quickly.
Here's Country Club Hills working it around the top. Led by point guard Brian Davis. Here's a corner 3 ball, and that one's down the well for Matthew Brown.
Nice job moving the ball. I think that early burst.
And Williamson trips over his own feet, loses the ball, gets his own loose ball, and gets it back to Wheaton. Wheaton to the lane with the left hand. Up off the glass rim, no good. Rebound Ellison. And here come the Vikings. Elliston, stop, pops from 15. Off back iron, off the top of the backboard, and out of bounds.
I think we got some jitters early here. Got a 3-2 ball game, and they've taken some shots out of sequence. When they settle down and get into their offenses, I think you'll see a little bit better offense.
And that was Lake Deppy dribbling up the sideline. And we're going to have a foul. I believe that was on number 41, Cyrus Patterson. And Country Club Hills is going to take a timeout. So the pace so far has been a little quick. Both teams not really running offensive sets, just getting shots up.
A little bit ragged. I think that there's a lot of early game jitters here. I think one of the things that coaches say in the locker room coming out for a 5th, 6th place game is you can leave here a winner. You know, you don't have to go home losing the last game in the state tournament. 8th graders, this is a big deal. Come out here, win this game, and go home winner with a little hardware. That's what you want to do in this game. And I think the jitters have taken over. This is a good timeout at this point in the game.
So 3-2, 3 minutes, 58 seconds to go here in the first quarter, as we are just underway here at St. Peter Arlington Heights in Arlington Heights, Illinois, for the Lutheran Sports Association 5th and 6th place boys championship game.
It's an interesting defense that the Vikings have here.
Willoughby pulls up from 17, no good. Rebound fought for again, finally corralled by Ellison. He'll look to push. Right hand across the timeline. Now to the basket against Williamson. Pulls it out. Finds Brian Davis in the corner. His 3 is short, but he corrals his own rebound. The shortest guy on the floor getting the longest rebound.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure the coach is not happy about that either, the Rockford coach.
Now down to the corner to Matthew Brown. Back up top to Ellison. Swung around to Davis. Davis thought about driving. He'll kick it back out. Ellison will shoot the 3, and that one is off the iron. Rebound corralled on the offensive end by Lee Moore. He's back out to Cyrus Patterson. His jumper's no good. Ellison leaping over the Rockford defense for the rebound. There's a drive up off the glass, no good for Brown. And Rockford finally comes down with the defensive board.
4 shots at it. Then they give up a layup on the other end.
And down on the other end is Brett Willoughby with the right hand to the left side.
That's a backbreaker for a coach. You get 4 shots at the basket, come away empty, and then give up a layup on a fast break.
Here's the post entry pass to Lee Moore. He'll kick it back out to Brian Davis. Davis now over to Ellison. Thought about the jumper, puts it back in the holster on his hip.
This defense that Rockford's got, it's a little bit confusing for the Vikings, I think. They've got a 1-3-1. They're running it up high.
Now back up to Davis. 2 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Davis drives with the right hand. Floater from 14 is good.
Nice job, penetration, nice job.
And a little backcourt pressure for the Vikings. And Ellison ran into Noah Wheaton. That's going to be the 3rd foul on the Vikings.
Tough when you commit a foul 50 feet from the basket. I'm sure the coach is going to remind him of that at the next time out.
Checking in for the Crusaders is number 33, Wyatt Kuby. And for the Vikings is number 23, Donovan Anderson, replacing Ellison.
Big man's out. Lots of offense there going to the bench.
Willoughby kills his dribble and gets it over to Lake Deppy. Deppy to the lane, left-handed. Runner no good, and the Vikings are off and running. Pass up ahead intended for Anderson. Tipped off of his hand and out of bounds. It'll be Rockford basketball.
One rule you got to remember when you're in grade school, when you cross that 3-point line, you better have made up your mind what you're going to do with it. I think the better choice there would have been going to the basket.
A little more pressure in the backcourt for the Vikings. And here's Noah to the basket, up and good. Noah Wheaton with a right-handed runner on the right side.
Nice dribble entry, just went right to the basket, took advantage of defense laying off of him.
Here's a step-back 3 for Matthew Brown. Off the back of the rim, no good. And no surprise here, Willoughby into the basket with the right hand. Looked to get a pass down to Kuby. Kuby was thinking about setting a screen for him. Luckily, it was last touched by Matthew Brown of the Vikings. It'll be Crusader basketball underneath the basket. Here's a left-handed 3 off the top of the backboard for Lake Deppy.
A little bit scrappy at this point. I think defense is going to play big here, and right now they're kind of laying back off of the offense and not putting a lot of pressure, except now we've got some up top from Rockford.
Here's a drive up off the glass, no good for recently checked in Donovan Anderson. And we're going to have a foul that'll send Lee Moore to the free throw line to shoot 2. And that looks like that foul was on 33, Wyatt Kuby. His first, the team's first.
Low scoring first quarter here, 5-6. Not sure who this is going to favor in the end. But I think it's going to favor the team that plays a little bit more defense and make sure that they get those boards.
So for Lee Moore in the tournament, he is 0 for 2 from the free throw line. And his second one is up and good, making 1 for 4 for the tournament.
Okay, now we got some up-court pressure here. Let's see what this gives the Vikings here.
Oh, and here's a reach-in foul on the aforementioned Lee Moore.
Just can't make those fouls out here.
I mean, you'd like to think they're putting enough pressure on the Crusaders in the backcourt that they don't have to reach.
Absolutely. Stay away from the reach.
Here's an entry pass from out of bounds, down low to Bryson Williams, and a strong move with the right hand.
That's basketball toughness there. Just taking a chance of getting into the post right from out of bounds.
Here's a drive for Donovan Anderson. He lost control. Willoughby on the fast break. He's got Deppie up ahead. He'll take it himself with his right hand off the backboard, and that was about it. Williamson came flying in for the rebound. Last touch by him, it'll be Viking basketball.
Notice a little bit of a tide change here. Both teams are going a little bit up court pressure. Now Rockford's extending their 1-3-1. Look at that.
And we're going to have an offensive foul. Looked like it could have been a moving screen.
Absolutely. They're trying to get rid of that point guard from the pressure up the court.
That foul on Cyrus Patterson. And checking in for Cyrus Patterson is number 13, Ray Gill. We'll go back down in the post from out of bounds to Williamson. He throws up the glass, up and good. The harm and the foul. And he'll go to the line to try to get 3 points the old-fashioned way.
I'm telling you, he's working tough. He's getting great position. How do you get a pass into the post from out of bounds? That kid's working down there.
And defensively, how do you allow a pass from out of bounds to get down into the post from the sideline as Williamson completes the three-point play? And here's an errant pass picked up by Noah Wheaton. His three was short. And here come the Vikings with 4-3-2 on the clock. Pass into the post, up off the glass, no good for Lee Moore, and that'll end the first quarter.
Rockford's taking advantage of the lack of ball handling coming up the floor. They're creating a lot of chaos and havoc in the Vikings offense, particularly in the transition, bringing the ball up, out of bounds. The Vikings have to defend down in the post. That's what's hurting them right now, plus the rebounds. And then giving up, the foul situation, tough. The foul situation right now is 6-1, and this is just from reaching. Coach has got to be talking about, giving the ball back to the Rockford team constantly through fouls in the backcourt, rebounds that aren't secured. They're having a good conversation over there right now, the Vikings are.
And you'd like to think that the Vikings are causing the Crusaders to play their type of basketball, as they are a quicker team.
Correct.
Rockford, they do like to get out in fast break. See them play before this year. But right now they're kind of beating the Vikings at their own basketball game.
Absolutely. And there's a little bit of up-court pressure. Very smart. Bringing that 1-3-1 across the half-court line, confusing the offense, bringing the ball up, trying to set a screen on that point guard, and created an offensive foul already. So Rockford's doing what they need to do to win this ball game.
So here to start the second quarter, be 11-6. The Crusaders of Rockford on top. Ellison back in the game. He's pulled a couple threes from about 4 or 5 feet behind the arc.
Absolutely.
So you know he's not afraid to do it. Back in between his legs. Here's a stutter step, pull-up jumpers, long. Rebound last touched by the Vikings, it looks like. And it'll be out of bounds Crusader basketball.
That's right. Now we've got the Vikings with some up-court pressure. Looks like a man-to-man full court.
There's a drive to the basket for Wheaton. Nice pass back underneath. With a nice job of Matthew Brown getting a hand in there and deflecting the pass that was intended for Joshua Correns.
There's no clear command in this game right now. We've got a 5-point lead. It seems like it's a 1-point lead.
Here's Willoughby for 3 from the right side. He knocks it down, and that gives the Crusaders a 7-point lead. or 8-point lead, my fault. Here's Ellison to the basket.
Oh, jeez.
Got right inside among the trees and was tied up. Possession arrow to Rockford.
I'm going to have to take back what I said before. The command is going toward the Rockford team, principally because they're playing defense up court, and they're taking good shots, I think.
Willoughby, he'll pull up from another three. He's feeling it. Short. Rebound, Wheaton. He was fouled as he went up. And he'll go to the line to shoot 2.
6 points. I think this is how the Vikings ended the first quarter, right? They haven't scored a field goal yet?
Have not, no.
Have not. Here in the second quarter, we're a minute in. And I don't think they've got too many shots at the basket this quarter already.
First free throw for Wheaton is up and good. Wheaton, the tournament so far, was 5 for 8 going in today, so make him 6 for 9 from the free throw line.
They can step on the pedal now. They go to some up-court pressure. Nope, they're dropping back. Looks like they're in a man, though, man-to-man defense.
And as Lee Moore was on his way up, he was fouled. Nice to see him getting it into the post.
Absolutely.
Trying to maybe take advantage of that little bit of that long, the long arms of the men down low.
A better opportunity to get a missed shot free throw, too.
There's a long three from number 21, Matthew Brown. And that cuts the Rockford lead to 7.
Let's see how Rockford responds here.
Here's Wheaton. He'll kick it to the corner. Willoughby down in the post to Williamson. Had some position, threw it up off the glass. No good. Rebound, Ellison. Ellison tripped with the ball a little bit, lost control. Gets it back, and he traveled.
Can't roll around down there. That's a tough call. You know, timeout could have been taken. Tough. You want to try to maintain possession in a game like this.
So another turnover for the Vikings with 4:30 here to go in the half. Wheaton over to Willoughby. Thought about the three. Back up top. Wheaton, he's not afraid to take it. In and out. Rebound fought for, pulled down by Williamson. Wheaton, back up top, Willoughby. Now to Deppy. Deppy drives. Down inside to Corrins. He's triple teamed. Gets it up off the glass. Rolls around, no good. Rebound, Ellison.
They were surrounded. They were smart that time. Didn't foul him.
And Rockford is doing a nice job of not letting the Vikings get out on a run.
Absolutely.
Here's Brown to the basket. Right hand up off the left side. No good. Rebound, Corrins.
They're controlling the boards, which
and
is
the
what
Crusaders are looking to run. Here's Wheaton to the basket. No good, but he'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Got to move your feet on that one. Move your feet. You've been right in front of him. You just shut him off or ran him to the corner.
So last foul was on Country Club Hills number 3, Brian Davis. His first, team 8th. Wheaton's first free throw is up and good, and he's 3 for 3 on the day.
They're taking advantage of the Vikings not moving their feet on defense. Going to the line now.
Checking in for the Crusaders is Octavio Magallanes.
They're going to be shooting free throws for the rest of this half.
And Wheaton makes it 4 for 4 on the day. 18-9. The Crusaders have doubled up the Vikings so far in this contest. There's a ball lost by Donovan Anderson. And down the floor comes Wheaton. He goes to the basket, kicks it to the corner. Willoughby, foot on the line for 2. It was long. Rebound, Williamson up and good. And he is a tough one to handle down underneath, isn't he?
He is a load down low.
There's Ellison. He'll pull up just inside 3. Ellison got Williams in the air and drew the foul.
Big league move for the Vikings there. He just looked at the basket like he was going to shoot it. The defense came out on him. He made a nice play down on the offensive end with the rebound putback. Comes back and fouls a jump shooter.
Well, it looks like it might have been a good foul as the first free throw was missed by Jack Ellison.
And I think at this point, Rockford is putting a pretty good game together here in the second quarter. They're rebounding, playing defense, getting the ball to the open man.
And after that first free throw, Cyrus Patterson came back in for Donovan Anderson.
I think of the two teams, this Rockford team has settled down and doing a lot of things well.
Willoughby gets it in the post to Williams. He goes reverse with the right hand, no good. Down with the rebound is Jack Ellison. He'll look to run. Couple of crossovers. Jump in the lane, up off the glass, and good.
What a play.
It looked like he wanted a jump stop, but changed his mind in the air and still was strong enough to get it up off the glass. Here's a runner for Willoughby, no good. And here comes Ellison again. Looking left. Finds Patterson back up top. Kind of a loose ball. Pulled shot for 3 was Matthew Brown, no good. And the Crusaders come down with the rebound. Here's Davis up off the rim, no good. Another offensive board is no good. Another offensive board for Matthew Brown, and he'll pull it out this time. So he missed the layup and got his own rebound and pulled it back out up top.
That's just working hard.
Here's Ellison working on Magallanes. And he'll go to the wing to Davis. Back up top to Ellison.
I like what they're doing here. They got a point forward out top. And he's the man.
Here's Brown with the right-handed runner off the glass and good.
Nice job. I think they're starting to figure out what Rockford goes to. They're switching their defenses from zone to man. And they had the Vikings confused at one point.
Here's some quick hands from Davis as he picks Deppy up ahead to Patterson, up off the glass. Too hard, got his own rebound. Another one too long, rebound tapped around. And finally corralled by the Crusaders. And number 21, Matthew Brown, and he turns it over. And here comes Rockford.
This is some exciting stuff. We got a 6-point ball game. At one point,
Deppy, left-handed 3, long, right through the hands of Ellison, off his foot and out of bounds.
At one point, this looked like a runaway for Rockford, but Vikings have figured it out.
And you talk about the Vikings figuring it out, and the Crusaders are going to take a timeout to maybe slow things down a little bit.
I would at this point. That's a good move by the coach. Gets them in there, settles them down. Here's what we need to do, gentlemen. Let's go back to our game plan. They got us out to a 10, 11-point lead. Just keep going.
Well, we have a little break in the action. I'm going to get back to telling you how both teams got here. We left off with Rockford in the first round. They beat Lombard 47-38. Second round lost to one of the teams playing in the championship this evening in Christ Peoria. They lost 44-33. And in the third round, beat Grace River Forest 45-28. And now for the Vikings of Country Club Hills in the first round, beat Batavia 56-40. Second round, lost to a team playing in the third place game, and that's Trinity Bloomington 34-27. And last night in the thriller, beat the host school, Arlington Heights, in overtime 47-41. Here's Willoughby with a long 3, rebound Ellison. Ellison a couple stutter steps, gets it over to Davis in the corner, now to the low corner is Brown, back up top to Ellison. He'll take the 15-footer, in and out. Rebound, Brown, up off the glass and good.
That's what the Vikings needed.
In I'd say the last 2 possessions, he has about 5 rebounds. He just doesn't stop down there.
No. He's got a motor. He keeps going.
So what was a 9-point ball game is down to 4. Here's an entry pass to Williams. His shot up off the glass is good. Gets the foul and the hoop. He's going to the line again to try to complete another 3-point play.
I'm sure that was part of the conversation at the last timeout was, let's go back to sweet home. Let's get it down low, get our big man going on the glass.
Williams with the free throw is up and good, and it's back to a 7-point ball game.
That's his second 3-point play down there, working hard.
And you hear the coach for Country Club Hills on the sideline yelling to get in front of Williams down in the post. Speaking of Williams, he just got a hand on the runner from Brian Davis.
That kid's working, though. Easier said than done, Coach. Get in front of him. Get in front of him.
There's a long inbound to Davis. He'll go back to the corner to Ellison. Ellison working on Magallanes. Back to Brown in the corner. He'll take the 3. That one is long. Rebound, Wheaton. And here come the Crusaders. Wheaton all the way to the basket. Right hand up and good.
They backed away on the defense right there. Didn't stop the ball. You can't let a guy get within 3 feet.
Crusader lead back to 9. Here's Ellison with a nice right-handed runner off the glass and good. Would you like to see him do a little bit more of that this morning?
I would, when the opportunity presents itself, though. You know, long rebound.
Entry pass to Williams. Nice kick out to Wheaton. Wheaton's jumper is long. Rebound Williams. Right hand up and good.
That Williams kid is all around the basketball.
And here's a heave at the buzzer. It was just a little short. And we'll go to halftime with the Crusaders leading the Vikings 27-18. Welcome back to the second half of the 5th and 6th place game here at St. Peter Arlington Heights of the Lutheran Sports Association State 2014 Championships between the Vikings of Country Club Hills and the Crusaders of Rockford. Saw a nice first half, left the Crusaders up 27-18, giving them a 9-point lead going into the half. They had it at 9 at one point. Country Club Hills cut it to, I believe, 4.
They did, yes.
And then Rockford made a nice little run at the end there to bring it back to 9. What's been the difference so far for the Crusaders?
The big difference that I see is Rockford gets the ball consistently down low. They're hammering the boards when they need to, have to. They're keeping the Vikings, after that first quarter, from getting second and third opportunities at the basket. And then you've got the Vikings that come back, show the ability to make a run or a spurt, but then it's kind of short-lived. You know, they'll have a nice shot here, a three-pointer there, but then the defense will wane a little bit and allow the Rockford kids penetration. And then down low again, and Williams is hurting them down low. 2 3-point plays in the first half and continues to just take advantage of that low post defense from the Vikings.
So you touched on it a little bit, but how can the Vikings get back in this basketball game and sustain one of those runs and possibly take the lead here in the second half?
I think by being just a little bit more patient. They'll come down and take a three, or they'll come down and make a drive to the basket against the zone without identifying the defense. At one point, Rockford was in a 1-3-1, and they had a point guard, so it was basically one-on-one out top. So I think the coach moved that point guard over and brought the point forward to bear. And then they had to really pay attention defensively. So I think what they need to do is slow down just a little bit on offense, continue to pound the boards, and then play defense without fouling so much.
And it looked like, to start, the Vikings really wanted to push the ball down the floor, but we see Rockford gets back very well in transition defense.
They do, and that guard play up top by their outstanding guard, number 24. Noah Wheaton, his play at the top, either in the man-to-man or the zone, he's really controlling the top. The guards have to be really careful because he's quick.
So it'll be Viking basketball to start the second half, as having a little trouble getting it in as Brian Davis comes back and receives the entry pass from Matthew Brown. Here's Davis, far side in front of his own bench. He'll swing it around to Jack Ellison. Ellison, he'll pull the three. That one's going to be short, and another looked like it was going to be an offensive rebound, and it is for the Vikings. Here's a quick stop and go for Brian Davis. Now he'll pull it up top with the left hand.
I like the way they're starting. They're a little bit more patient. They're taking really good shots at the basket.
Here's a nice floater up and good for Cyrus Patterson. As Noah Wheaton trips and falls, here's Patterson to the basket off the turnover, and that layup is good.
And they got some up-court pressure here.
And so Patterson goes on his own 4-0 run and reaches in and fouls Bryson Williams in the backcourt.
Less than a minute out here. They've scored twice, and they are up-court pressure in here. It looks like a man.
Subbing back in now for the Vikings is number 23, Donovan Anderson. He'll replace Cyrus Patterson, who just picked up his 4th foul, and that could be huge.
I'm telling you.
Here comes Deppie, lost control of it, and he carried the basketball. It's called a double dribble on the floor. So we talked about it. Now, could this be what the Vikings were looking to do in the first half, of getting the Crusaders to play their type of basketball, rushing and making turnovers like that?
Yeah, this up-court pressure promotes fast play. And if you're not used to playing fast, it can be tough.
There's a drive to the lane, right-hand runner, no good, from Donovan Anderson. And the big man Williams handling the ball in the backcourt, finally gets it to Wheaton. Wheaton kick to the corner. Deppie, long jump shot is good.
Left him wide open.
Found the soft part of the rim, and it went down.
Up-court pressure is good, but you got to remember to get back and defend the goal.
Here's Brown, now over to Davis.
This is what we were talking about, a little bit more patience.
Davis tried to wrap around the pass to Lee Moore, but good hands from Lake Deppy to tie up Davis.
I think they're headed in the right direction, though, even though that was a turnover. They're heading in the right direction with being a little more patient on offense, running a little bit more offense and looking for an open shot.
29-22, 4 minutes, 33 seconds to go in the third quarter. There's Deppy, the near side wing, over to Wheaton. Wheaton will bring it back up top. Now he gets it back to Deppy in the corner, looking to get it down low. So I'm pretty sure that's all they talked about at halftime. And they do get it down low to Corrence, back up top to Williams. Williams with the drive, in on Elson, up off the glass, no good. But Elson contested him at the rim, and he'll pick up the foul, sending Williams to the basket to shoot two.
Nice interior passing by Rockford there, getting that ball to a guy coming right into the lane. Nice job.
Williams' first free throw is up and good coming into the game this morning. Williams shooting 6 of 13 from the charity stripe. He already knocked down 2 with the first 2 and 1s, and he made his first one here. The second one is up and good.
Putting together a really nice game. That's their bread and butter down there. This guy plays great defense, gets rebounds, and plays that post spot really well.
So the Crusaders take their lead back to 9. As Deppy rode Davis a little too hard across the timeline to pick up the foul.
That's a backbreaker. I mean, you know, you're giving unnecessary fouls away.
I mean, you see what the Crusaders are trying to do. They're trying to keep it out of Davis's hands because they know he's going to start the show. And here's a pull-up 3 from Elson. That one is short, and another offensive rebound for Brown.
That guy is working hard today. He's in overtime mode right now. He just won't stop moving. I love it.
Here's Davis working on Deppy again with the left hand. He'll get it out to Elson. Elson thought about pulling the jumper, now does, and it's down the well.
Nice pull up, and they're going to go back to this up-court pressure. I like it. I like it.
There's a long inbounds pass to Willoughby, who throws it away. And you'd like to see him just keep it in his hands and get it across the timeline.
Absolutely. You don't have to rush. You have 10 seconds. And I know that sounds redundant, but our young players sometimes forget they have 10 seconds.
And 10 seconds is actually quite a bit of time in basketball.
It's an eternity in basketball.
There's Ellison to the corner to Brown. Brown working on Willoughby. There's a long 3 for Donovan. That one is short. That was Donovan Anderson who took the 3. Ended up a little short. Last touch by the Crusaders. It'd be Vikings ball underneath.
And the Vikings are asking them right now, Rockford, can you play fast? Can you play fast? Can you be in a hurry? We're going to find out more here in the next 3 minutes.
It's a long inbounds pass to Davis. He forgot that you can go across half court on the inbounds pass. Tipped it away, and that one was picked up by Lake Deppy, who traveled on his way to the basket.
I thought he fouled him, but that would have been 2 sins right there in a 10-second period.
The Vikings.
Patience, I love it.
Ellison bringing it across the timeline with the left hand, down 7. Hand off now to Davis. Davis will go to the basket. Nice bounce pass underneath. Finds Lee Moore for the right-handed layup. But here come the Crusaders looking to push. Noah Wheaton to the basket. Right-hand runner is good. And he is tough when he gets inside, isn't he?
He's stepping up here. He sees his team needs him right now. He's got to go offensive-minded. Plus continue to play great defense like he is.
The lead back to 7 for the Crusaders.
I like what the Vikings are doing, though. Here's a timeout.
And Kevin Davis will call a 30-second timeout with 2:32 to go in the third quarter, down 7, 33-26.
He's probably telling them right now, you do a great job on these runs where you score a couple baskets, you play good defense, you make Rockford play fast and throw the ball away, and then you come back and you play poor defense and you allow Wheaton to go coast to coast with the ball and shoot a floater for 2 points. Puts him up 7 points at this point.
No, we're not saying it was an easy shot.
Not at all.
Imagination. Him going at full speed on the left side, throwing it back
with his right hand.
With his right hand, hitting the floater. So by no means was that an easy shot.
They let him get within 6 feet of the basket. That's the point. You notice Vikings have gotten a little more patient, and it shows in the game.
There's Davis showing that patience you just mentioned. Over to Ellison. He's got some space. He'll pull the three, and that one is good. He's been waiting to knock down that long three all game.
And Williams is backing off of him, thinking he's going to beat him.
Here's the lead pass up ahead to Deppy. Now back out to Wheaton. Wheaton looks to go to the basket. He throws it up at the rim. No good. Rebound Brown. And we're going to have a hold on Williams as they were fighting for the board.
That's a tough one. Could have gone either way. But he had full body on that thing, so Williams should have backed off and gotten down the floor. It's only a second, though.
The lead now cut to 4 for the Crusaders. Wilson out of the corner to Brown. Brown to the middle with the left hand, back out to Davis. Davis, he'll shoot a long three. That one is short. Rebound Williams. He'll get it up ahead to Deppy. Deppy pulls up just inside 3, no good. And here come the Vikings. Up ahead to Davis. And Davis will slow things down. Now over to Ellison. Ellison with a little space. He'll go to the lane left-handed. Right hand up around the rim and down.
Guy's got nice moves going to the basket.
And for being in middle school, he is very smooth going to the cup.
Very smooth.
And here's a hustle play as Ellison knocked the ball out of bounds. It belonged to the Crusaders underneath. And checking in for the Crusaders is number 3, Joseph Vaughn, seeing his first action of today's contest. Wheaton trying to get the ball in. It was tipped on the way in by Ellison. And the Crusaders end up turning the ball over on an inbounds play.
Wow. What an opportunity for Rockford there.
2-point ball game. Brown gets it back to Ellison, who has the hot hand as of late.
Look at this patience. Doesn't this look a whole lot different from the first half?
It's a lot different. Here's Ellison. He's filling it. Another three is short. Rebound tap. Brought down by Brown. He missed the layup. To the floor goes the rebound, and we're going to have a jump ball possession to Country Club Hills.
What an opportunity for Brown there to tie this ball game. Missed an easy one. Well, you can say easy, but you got to be on the floor. Sometimes it's not so easy, a one-footer, when you got people next to you.
And it was kind of a twisting layup.
Yes.
As he went, caught it on the right side, tried to go to the left side with 2 hands and make the layup. Just missed.
Just missed it. They got the ball back. They could still go up one or tie this ball game.
So just under a minute here in the third quarter, or as we like to call it, the money quarter.
What a difference a half makes.
Look at the ball inside. Nice post move from Lee Moore.
Moore's been kind of quiet today, but he comes alive when they need him. Look at this up-court pressure. Look at that. Almost a steal.
And after trailing by 9 here in the third quarter, the Vikings have tied the basketball game with under a minute to go here in the third quarter.
Okay, I flipped, then I flopped. I said this was not under control. I said maybe it is under control. Again, it's out of this. No one has control here. 33-33.
Well, at least you're a big enough man to admit that you're flip-flopping. That's always the...
You know, when you sit around, you watch basketball as long as I have, you better start thinking, hey, I don't know everything. I've not seen everything. And that's what makes this game so exciting.
We talked about the Vikings slowing the pace down just a little bit. They've definitely done that here in the second half so far, and it's paid off immensely.
What I like about what they're doing is they give that up-court pressure, make Rockford play faster, and then they're smart enough when they come back down on offense to slow it down. So it's a yin and a yang sort of thing. Make them play fast, play under control. And that's tough to learn, and these guys have got it here. I like that.
And another thing I've noticed so far here in the second half is the reaching fouls have subsided tremendously from the beginning of the game.
Absolutely.
I think that's what really put the Vikings in a hole to start. And here's a three from Wheaton. It's down the well. Big-time three from Wheaton right in front of his own bench.
You think the coach called it the timeout?
I'm going to go ahead and say yeah.
Get that defensive stopper in now.
Here's Davis. He'll take a runner in the lane, off the glass, and good. And that was a tough shot. So 6 seconds. Here's Wheaton. He'll try to get it across the timeline, and it's stolen by Davis. Davis is reached in on and fouled by Wheaton, who turned it over just before crossing half court.
You hate to see that, right, Coach? Got a minute, a second, .4. We got a foul. Gives the Vikings an opportunity to throw one up there at the rim. Crazy things happen.
Ray Gill inbounding with 1.4. Gets it to Davis. He chucks it at the backboard. No good. Well, we've got ourselves a basketball game.
After we thought Rockford was going to run away and hide and have orange juice at the finish line, this thing is 36-35. That's where you love these games in grade school, I tell you.
Well, we saw one similar last night. Not to get too ahead of ourselves, but the semifinal game last night between Palatine and Christ Peoria, a rematch of the last 2 championships.
Yes. From
2013 and 2012, and it was intense. I mean, there was blood. there was, and it was another game where, you know, the Bobcats of Palatine had a nice lead on Christ Peoria after the end of the first quarter, and Christ Peoria found a way to come back. So in these kind of games, you can never really count anybody out, especially this late in the season.
Absolutely. Guys have been playing 20, 25, 30 games. They've been through some of these wars, and they know when to get intense. And I think the coach is working on a little bit of a different strategy here. Got 6 minutes to go. A lot of coaches would love to just sort of play layup and foul time here at the last 6 minutes. That's not going to happen today.
And checking in for the Vikings is the 6'6", 8th grader Sharif King, wearing number 42. You wonder if that's down low to stop the Crusaders from throwing it down low and getting, like you said, layup and foul time.
Absolutely, they've gone to a zone here. And they're gonna secure these rebounds here with this zone. That's what they're looking to do.
There's a pass inside to Corrence, and he lost it out of bounds. Viking basketball.
They're trying to shut off one of the faucets that Rockford's been using. That's that inside play.
Because King could literally just put his hands up and make it very difficult for any of these Rockford big men to get a shot up off the glass.
Absolutely, and he doesn't have any fouls at this point. So if they need a good foul, somebody going to the basket, he'd be the one to deliver.
And what he's also doing is he's spelling Brown for a late quarter push. And here's Davis with that runner again.
Oh my
did good.
Gosh.
That is the second time now in the last 2 or 3 possessions he's thrown up that runner and got it to go.
Absolutely.
Here's a pass up top, nearly stolen by Donovan Anderson, and then stolen by Donovan Anderson.
Okay.
Up top to Davis. Davis blocked off the backboard by Noah Wheaton.
What a play on both sides.
Here's the pass up ahead, too hot for Corrence to handle, out of the hands of the late Deppy, and it's a turnover for the Crusaders.
And again, the Vikings are asking Rockford, can you play in a hurry? And they're getting the answer here.
So with 5 minutes to go, the Vikings have the lead.
And Rockford has doubled their turnovers from the first half. And now they can pull it out and continue to be patient.
The Vikings look to go inside. Pass was a little high for Lee Moore. Off his hands, out of bounds. It'll be Rockford basketball.
Tough angle on that pass. Had he gone a little bit to his left and then got it inside, we'd be looking at another 2 points probably, or a foul.
37-36 with 4:42 here to go. Here's Williams inside. He's blocked by Sharif King, and that's why you put him in the basketball game.
Exactly. Neutralize that inside game.
Here comes Davis spinning. Now he'll pull it back out. And it looks like the Vikings are picking up the pace just a little bit. Over to the side, Donovan Anderson. He thought about pulling the trigger, but put it back in the holster. Now here's Davis, spin move into the lane. Tough shot, up and good! Davis falling down into the lane.
He was horizontal when he put that thing up.
And the little man showing a lot of strength here to get that ball up on the rim. Here's a cross-court pass to Noah Wheaton. Noah working on Donovan Anderson. His runner is partially blocked, and it looked like Lee Moore grabbed the rebound but stepped out of bounds as he came down with it.
This is intentional basketball right now. They stepped up their defense, gone to a zone to keep Rockford from their inside game.
Noah getting it into Corinth, threw it too high, and here comes Davis again. Davis working on Lake Deppy. Fakes the pull-up, throws it at the rim, no good. Rebound Ellison, and Willoughby was on Ellison's back.
Did you see how quickly the Vikings got down the floor to give him some support? He had an opportunity to go to the basket, take a jumper. They got the rebound.
Ellison looking to get it in. And the pass is blocked as it comes in, and Corinth comes up with the loose ball. Lake Deppy, far side wing to Willoughby. That three ball is short. Rebound fought for, tapped around. King had it for a moment, lost it. Now Williams throwing it away, tapped away by Ellison. We have two Crusaders on the floor. Here's the ball tipped away by Ellison. Here's a race to the ball against Willoughby, and Noah comes up with the loose ball. Now to the corner to Lake Deppy. The three-pointer is long. Rebound tapped for. Davis kept it alive, but Noah comes down with it. Here's Williams, now to the corner, Lake Deppy. Put it back in the holster, back up top to Williams. The 15-footer is no good. Rebound by Ellison.
What a sequence there. Rockford had an opportunity to go ahead here, or at least go up two more, 38-39. They're down 39-36, and the Vikings have pulled it out. They may be going to layup and foul time right now.
2:52 here to go in the fourth quarter, and we've had ourselves a good one so far.
Rockford sitting back in a zone. Now
Ellison
they've changed.
Pulling from deep, off front iron, no good. Nice box out from Willoughby, and he comes up with the rebound.
Great job. They had him boxed off the basket, and they're out running.
Deppy pulls up from 15 and knocks it down.
Heating up here.
Deppy from the near side wing cuts the Viking lead to 1.
Notice that when Rockford goes to the man, they go to the point forward instead of a smaller guard out front.
Ellison getting it inside. Here's the layup up and good for Lee Moore.
Look at that.
Back to a three-point lead.
Taking advantage inside. They're patient. He looked. Then he got it inside. Nice job by the Vikings.
Here's Deppy.
Rockford.
Noah Wheaton, long three, no good. Rebound Vikings, and here comes Ellison. Ellison to the basket, had the ball knocked away by Deppy.
Wheaton banged it right into his legs.
Grabbed it and threw it right off of Ellison out of bounds. Nice heads-up play.
Absolutely. Rockford's telling them right now, we're not done. We're not done.
1:52 here to go in the contest, and a lot of teams giving up a 9-point lead. They would have given up by now.
Absolutely. Rockford's been in this thing year after year. They've got a tradition of not giving up, playing to the end. So the Vikings, if they think these guys are going to lay down and roll over, they got another thing coming. You got a minute 52, a lot of strategy left. We got timeouts on both sides. I think we're going to see a great finish here, a great finish.
Something else to note, too, the foul situation.
Yes.
Now, the Crusaders only have 4 team fouls, the Vikings with 3. So if the Crusaders want to put the Vikings into the bonus, it's going to take 3 more fouls.
It might be a good idea here, especially when guys are going to the basket. Make a good foul. Don't let the ball get up to the rim. Get those things going. But you're right. They're going to have to either win it or catch up right now, or they're going to have to take away these fouls to give.
So Noah Wheaton will bring it up for the Crusaders.
And they're still in that zone. They've killed the inside.
Now gets it over to Deppy. Deppy, the jab step. He'll pull from 3 and knocks it down. Lake Deppy has been looking for that one all game and finally gets one when it matters most.
Fans are incensed because they don't think we're getting out on the shooters. The Vikings are getting out on the shooters fast enough. But they're sitting in the 2-3 zone trying to keep Williams from hurting them inside.
And here's Davis. He'll hold the ball up top just outside of the circle.
This is great strategy. They're going to a combination defense.
You better get
here.
rid of it before he gets a 5-second call. Here's
Absolutely.
Ellison, and he traveled. Shuffled his feet before he put the ball on the ground, and he turns it over with 1:08 to go.
41-41. This is where you want them right now. Somebody's got to step up.
Noah penetrates, kicks out to Willoughby. Willoughby skip pass to Deppy. Deppy left hand to the basket. His left-handed runner is short. Rebound Williams. He'll put it up. Partially blocked. Gets his own board again. Kicks it back out to Deppy. Deppy now to Wheaton. He'll take a deep three, and that one is short. And Ellison with the board. 47 seconds to go in the contest.
Let's see what we got here.
There's Ellison looking to go to the basket. Pulls it out in between his legs. And going inside again. The layup up off the glass is good.
It was good.
Lee Moore, and he's been money all day from that block.
He has.
43-41, 28 seconds to go. Wheaton pulls up for three. That one is short. Rebound Williams. And Williams was fouled.
Actually, not a horrible foul at this point. 2 points up. Your foul I got going away from the basket normally would be not a good thing, but that was a good thing.
22 seconds to go, 43-41. Crusaders on top. Here's the pass to the wing to Deppy. 20 seconds, now 19. Williams over to Willoughby. He'll take the three. That one is short. Rebound fought for, tapped around, pulled down by Williams. He'll kick it back out to Deppy. Deppy to the wing. Willoughby again from the same spot, short. Rebound fought for. Corinth put it up. Sharif King with the block. 4-3. We've got a tied ball, and it's going to be Viking basketball.
Big block with 3.6 to go. And it goes to the Vikings.
So Sharif King comes in, hadn't played all game until the fourth quarter, and comes up with might be the biggest block of the game.
Biggest block of the game. They've dug themselves out of hole after hole after hole.
And the Crusaders will take a timeout with 3.6 seconds to go. And this is what we talked about. You can't foul now and put them on the free throw line because you only have 4 team fouls.
Absolutely. This 3.6 seconds, you're going to have to steal it inbound. And if you're in a bad position, get a timeout. But to get this thing, you've got to overplay and take away. You've got to take away Wheaton at this point.
And I know a lot of people probably listening saying, well, 4 fouls, why is that a bad thing this far into the game? Keeps your team out of foul trouble. But in times like this, you can't foul the guy on an inbounds play, send him to the free throw line and hope that he misses a free throw. You call a quick timeout and set something up.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And this is a tough position for a coach to be in, down 2 with 3.6 to go, and you're nowhere near the 1-and-1 to put him on the line. Obviously, you wouldn't use that right now anyway, so this is a tough spot. Rockford's got to get a steal here in the backcourt. Now, if I were coaching, get the ball in bounds, either short or throw it long, and make Rockford intercept and bring it back up with 3.6. But best thing is to get it into one of the Viking players.
Now, the only thing you fear with going long is throwing it deep and nobody touching it and going out of bounds, which would give the Crusaders the basketball underneath where you inbounded it from.
There's always a gamble.
There's Ellison looking to get in and gets it into Sharif King. Back to Ellison, 2-1, and he's fouled with 0.5 seconds to go. Still only the 5th foul for the Crusaders, and this one is all but over.
Might want to put this one in the books. You got a half a second to go here, inbound play.
Even if there is a steal, it's got to be a catch and shoot immediately.
Absolutely.
For anything to go.
You've seen a good one here.
And here's the inbounds pass to Davis, and the ball game is over. The Vikings of St. John's Country Club Hills come back down 9 in the second half to take 5th place.
I've got to give a lot of kudos to this Vikings team for coming back, shaking off the jitters early, staying in this ball game and doing what the coach told them to do.
Well, that'll do it for us here in the 5th and 6th place games. As I mentioned before, St. John Country Club Hills will take home 5th place, and let's not discount anything that Rockford did this afternoon.
You've seen a great one here, a really great ball game. A lot of chess moves here by both coaches and both teams. So,
both of our teams.
Great job.
This year, the Crusaders from Lutheran Junior High School in Rockford will go home with 6th place. Congratulations and God's blessings on the rest of your school year.
Here. So again, St. John Country Club Hills 43, Rockford Lutheran 41. We'll see you for the 3rd and 4th place game coming up in about an hour.
And our 5th place goes to the Vikings from St. John's in Country Club Hills. Congratulations and safe travels to everyone on their way home. The next game will begin at 12:30. God's blessings.